Welcome to Anime Fanjutsu, where we talk all things anime. Welcome back. It is episode 14, and today we have Becky and
Christian.
Julian.
Woo-woo! And today we're going to talk about some fan theories. So I thought it was cool when I was looking up different fan theories that there are fan theories that started out as theories that ended up being true. So a couple of those are, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched any of these, I don't want to ruin it for you, but you should be caught up by now. So one was that Tobi in Naruto was actually Obito Uchiha. I mean, it seems pretty obvious when you think back that he had the Sharingan and he was Tobi, which is almost Obito, like it's almost the same name. Then more recently, there was a fan theory that Dabi was Toya Todoroki, and that was also true. Do you guys know of any other that were like, first they were fan theories and then you found out they were true?
It's not a big one, but I remember back in well, I don't remember it. I didn't watch it at the time, but there was a theory, Doflamingo. You haven't caught up on One Piece yet, have you?
You can spoil for me. I'm okay.
Okay, so there's a character, Doflamingo, who's one of the warlords of the sea. And at one point in time, he uses a devil fruit power that everyone was curious about. And some people thought it was the ability to control bones, like the bone fruit is a paramecia, but it was actually not that. And some people held the theory that it was the string fruit, which it is, which he can control like two-edged strings.
They got to the point where they've seen him control people, but they haven't seen what his fruit is yet.
Oh, okay.
Because he does that in like when all of the 7 warlords are meeting up.
I like that you could call that one the string theory, because that's already a thing. Yes, I got mom jokes. I'm here all week. Is there anything that you thought was true, not just a fan theory, but like something that you thought was true that later turned out to be true about any of the animes you've watched?
Not that I can think of.
But there is, if you like could remember everything.
I haven't watched enough things like as they've come out, unfortunately. I kind of just like binge watch them once they get like a season or two.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. I still have to finish. I did finally finish Demon Slayer. I'm all the way caught up now. But Christian got me started on Chainsaw Man, and now I have to finish it. I'm not caught up on it yet, but I'm binge watching. And I've only got 15 episodes of Bleach left, so I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Of the like original run of it?
Yes. And then I'm going to watch 1,000 Year Blood War because of course I am.
I've heard 1,000 Year Blood War is just like an entirely different beast. Like it's just so much better animated.
And I love Bleach, so I'm really excited about that.
It's like probably the best, if maybe the second best to like the whole Aizen Soul Society arc, but it's definitely up there in terms of quality.
I was in the middle of watching Bleach and I thought I was clicking on Bleach and I turned on 1,000 Year Blood War and it started and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. And I didn't know what had happened. And then I realized I was in the wrong show. So the 10 minutes where I was completely lost looked really good. Okay. Fan theories. And you'll have to tell me what you think. So the first one is kind of what really got me interested in anime to begin with. And that is that My Neighbor Totoro is the angel of death. Have you
that one just sounds true.
Right. Like, so the theory goes that the only people that can see Totoro are people that are either dead or close to dying. And there's the whole scene in the middle of the movie where they think May is drowned and they find a shoe, but then her sister's like, that's not her shoe. And you're like, okay, May's still alive. So the theory goes that really is her shoe. She really did drown, and that's why she's able to see Totoro. Then the sister is so upset, Satsuki's so upset because her sister died, that she also dies, and that's why she can see Totoro. And then at the end, their mom, who's been in the hospital the entire movie, kind of like sees them out the window because she's like in the hospital, presumably with something like cancer, and that she's also close to death. What do you think about that? Have you seen that one, Julian?
I have not. I need to watch more Ghibli films.
It is one of my favorite. It is probably my favorite movie of all time. It is so sweet. And then there's the extra layer of creepiness when you think about that Totoro is possibly the angel of death. You've seen it, Christian. What do you think? You think it's true?
I think it's true. I've only seen it one time though.
I think it's obviously true, but do you think that when Miyazaki wrote it that he was thinking anything like that?
No.
He was not. He didn't even know that he was writing this. He was writing the story of the angel of death. Okay, second fan theory, and this one is from Naruto, and it's that the infinite Tsukyomi actually succeeded.
I don't know what none of that means.
So towards the end of the show, basically Madara's plan was to have everybody caught up in this genjutsu, this giant genjutsu that everybody in the world is in. And it's supposed to, like, he's literally trying to make everybody happy. It's kind of like the Matrix. It puts you to sleep and you live out like whatever life you want to live. And you think it's real, and it's called the Infinite Tsukuyomi. And obviously, Team 7 thwarts this plan. But the theory states, like, what if they really didn't? What if they were also caught in this genjutsu? And the whole thing with them winning, and then later Naruto gets married to Hinata, and he goes on to become the Hokage, which is his dream, like, for the entire show. Like, what if that's just him living out his Tsukuyomi, and he's really asleep, wrapped up like a mummy hanging from a tree, and doesn't know it?
Then how do you explain Boruto?
Nobody explains Boruto.
The only thing I know from Boruto is that Sasuke fights a dinosaur.
I will say, I do think that Boruto leads me to feel like this would not be true, because everything from, I've not watched it yet, but from what I understand, things that happen in there are not always great for Naruto.
Yeah, I wouldn't want my life to, wouldn't want to have an angsty son like Boruto.
I wouldn't want my rival to almost lose to a velociraptor either.
Like, that wouldn't be his dream.
Isn't Naruto also, like, isn't he sealed during it? I don't think that would be his dream either.
Well, right now, apparently, they just named a new Hokage because Naruto is missing. I don't want to give too many spoilers. I'm not going to say where he's at, but I will say I was excited.
Are you watching Naruto?
I am not. I just read anime news. But I was excited to find out that somebody that deserved to be the Hokage is the Hokage. And it is my boy Shikamaru. He's so smart.
I like him.
Don't spoil Boruto for like the 2 Boruto fans out there.
If you're a Boruto fan, you were like up to date, because I know the Boruto fans.
That's true. Boruto fans they have to be caught up.
They're watching it, so
they're the only people watching.
Isn't it monthly?
I'm gonna probably eventually watch it just because I love the lore of Naruto. I just love the whole. I literally posted. There was a YouTube video the other day, and one of the questions in the YouTube video was, "What is your favorite anime?" And I posted a comment. I'm like, my favorite anime of all time is Naruto. And somebody was trying to roast me. They were like, that is such a basic answer. And there are so many problems with the writing in Naruto and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen,
I'm a One Piece fan.
If you want to like be Mr. Anime Gatekeeper and act like you're so cool and you like disagree with the millions of fans that Naruto, you go right ahead if that makes you feel better. But like, that was so silly to me that somebody would try to like say like, no, that is not your favorite. That's a terrible show. Like, you don't have to like it, but I love it. Okay, so yeah, I'm calling the Naruto one is not true. The next one is one that's more for you guys because I'm not here at that point yet, and it's One Piece, and it's that Blackbeard actually ate 3 devil fruits, one of which was a Cerberus, and because we know already of One Piece,
I've heard this one,
that it's impossible to eat more than 1 devil fruit.
Oh, so he ate the Cerberus fruit. But
we know that he did, and he's like the exception to the rule. So what if instead of just eating the dark fruit and the quake fruit, he also ate a Zoan type fruit that transformed him into a Cerberus? So he had 3 heads.
That just sounds true, but
I think there are better Blackbeard theories out there.
It would
I like the 3 personalities one. That he has like 3 personalities,
like that one better.
And that he still has another devil fruit he's gonna eat sooner or later.
It says that he's, it's the imagery surrounding him, the flag with 3 conjoined skulls facing in different directions.
That is very Cerberus.
He gave Shanks an injury that's 3 scratches across the eye.
Well, okay. The thing that I'd say disproves that, like specifically the 3 scratches across his eye, we see in a bunch of like older like flashbacks that he has like his main weapon used to be 3 claws on each hand.
He didn't need a devil fruit to do that. He didn't need to be a Cerberus.
Yeah, I think that he does have like 3 is obviously important to him because I know he has 3 guns on his like clothes as well that he uses. But I personally prefer the theory that he has like 3 personalities or whatever, and that
I think
his,
that
like,
one's cooler, but I think the
Sort
Cerberus fruit is something that Oda is more likely to actually do.
I think I also heard a theory that's kind of adjacent to the Cerberus one, but it's about like a kraken, that he had a kraken fruit, like squid fruit model kraken or whatever. Since krakens or like octopuses and stuff have 3 hearts.
Oh, that would make sense. I like how
My
they're like
favorite-
modeled this, like they're like new cars. Model Kraken.
My favorite One Piece theory is that Mihawk is a sword that ate the human fruit model vampire.
Didn't we see the vampire fruit recently?
No, did they?
I thought it happened on Egghead. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I haven't read the last couple chapters.
Oh no, it's the I know what it is. Never mind. That was a theory for a second.
I just want y'all to know that I'm in Thriller Bark right now, and every time I see zombies, I just say, "This is Thriller Bark," and I can't help myself every time.
I like Thriller Bark. I think the anime makes it too long.
Definitely.
We saw the part where the dog penguin jumps in front and says, "You can't. I'm not gonna let you hit a girl or kick a girl or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, Sanji is this penguin." Zoro's also been knocked out. And they just got Luffy, and he was in a box being hauled off. And I'm at the point now where Robin and Frankie are just standing there with the big spider monkey that is a spider with a monkey head.
The end fight of Thriller Bark is probably one of my favorite Luffy fights.
I think what happens immediately after that's also one of the coolest scenes.
Because like every other Luffy fight, he just like fights, and it's just like the same. But that one is more fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he was like, it's like an unwritten rule. If a man sees a suit of armor, he has to put it on. And then Frankie's like, "Man, how could I have forgotten? Why is my heart cold?" And he pulls out his guitar and starts playing a song. I'm like,
I love Frankie. Do y'all like Frankie now?
I think he may be your daddy's favorite character now.
Because they didn't like him at first because he was mean.
He was like, he stole all their money and he wore a Speedo.
He did rob Usopp.
Again, beat him up too, really bad.
But then he inspired him.
Well,
and he became the king of the snipers.
I feel like if you beat me up that bad and then you try to inspire me, it's going to take more than that. But Sniper King was everything, so that was okay. I want them to sing the theme song of Sniper Island somewhere in every episode.
The craziest One Piece theory is that Usopp and Soga King are the same person.
There's no way.
I saw a theory that Luffy is the One Piece.
That's a bad theory.
He would be the One Piece if Goldie Roger was his dad.
On his chest, he has it. Well, you haven't gotten to where he has the X scar on his chest yet, but they say X marks the spot.
But I will tell you something that's like throwing me off is that all of a sudden he's not in a red shirt, and I don't know how to deal with life. He's in like an orangey shirt. It's like orangey yellow.
Because it's Halloween.
Isn't he in a blue one in Skypiea?
I thought he was always in red.
I think he's in blue.
Oh, he is in orange in Thriller Bark. I saw the picture.
It just threw me off because everybody else changes all the time, but he's always in the same outfit.
Yeah, I think it might be the first time that he changed. He changes in Wano. That's the only one I know for sure because he puts on the...
I think he's in blue in Punk Hazard.
Every time you say Wano, I hear guano.
Oh, and in Whole Cake Island, he wears his cool outfit. His gangster mobster outfit.
I'm just ready to see Zoro as a samurai.
That's so long. It's so far away.
Yeah.
And I will get there slowly but surely. We're not able to watch as many each night now because Brooks is back in school, so he's got to go to bed at a decent hour, and we can't watch it without him. So we're only watching like 1 to 2 a night, which every night, like still, we're watching like.
Y'all are gonna catch up to me sooner or later.
I'm one of those people that wants to finish because I like to be caught up, but also then I get sad when I don't have a bunch to binge watch too. So
that's why I started reading it, because I needed something long to read.
Okay, here's another theory. And that's in Pokemon, after Ash is struck by lightning towards the beginning of the series, he's in a coma and everything that happens is just his coma dream.
I think that'd be the worst reveal in any anime.
Yeah.
It says after he's struck by lightning, the whole tone, the pacing, everything of the show changed. And they're like, what if he's just dreaming that he has become this Pokemaster? I didn't watch a lot of that though. That was one of those shows where I was in the room.
Which
Other
Pokemon?
people were watching it, but I didn't really watch it.
Is that like just Indigo League, or is that like every single series from then that theory applies to?
Let me
I'm
see.
guessing it's whatever the original Pokemon is.
Indigo League.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy that.
I don't buy it either.
Pokemon was one of those that when the kids were watching it, I would sit there with them and it just did not hold my interest.
We didn't watch Pokemon.
Brooks did.
I watched the Digimon because it's better.
Digimon, Digital Monsters. It does have a better theme song.
Pokemon's one of those shows that like you watch on Cartoon Network as a kid, but if you binge watch it, that's kind of insane.
Yeah, I don't think it's that good. Like it's good every once in a while.
I feel like most anime looks like it's aimed at kids, but it's really not. And I feel like that one's really for kids.
It definitely is.
So it's like
That's
not
fair.
for me.
I like it's more of a game theory than the anime version theory, but the theory that there was like a great world war before the original Pokemon games is really funny.
The Pokemon game, the only one that I really played and liked was Pokemon Snap because it's relaxing and I like photography and it was just a fun game to me. I'm like the one person that was like, Pokemon Snap rules.
I mean, it had enough demand to make another one. So
That's true.
real cult classic there.
Do you have another theory?
I have one more, and that is that because it states in the series that anyone who uses a death note is not allowed into heaven or hell, that Light Yagami is now a Shinigami.
I think he's just in purgatory.
And there's like one scene at the very end where Ryuk is wherever Shinigamis live, and a Shinigami walks up to him and is like talking to him, and people are like, that's Light Yagami. And I feel like it could go that way, but I also would hate to think I would be the person that had Light Yagami as my Shinigami. He's the worst.
I don't know if Ryuk really wants to see Light again for the rest of his life anyway.
That would mean that Donald Trump is going to be a Shinigami. Because canonically, Donald Trump got the Death Note.
That's true.
Is that in? What is that in?
It's like some other comic that the author of Death Note made.
Yeah, I think it's a one shot.
That's weird.
I don't know. I think that would be too good of an ending for Light.
I agree. He deserves to die.
I agree. But at the same time, he never got what he deserved in that whole show, so it wouldn't surprise me.
I think he got it pretty well at the end when he ran away and then cried like a little baby.
I need to actually finish it. I stopped watching it because I didn't like that they killed L, so I stopped.
They needed to kill L eventually.
I was heartbroken.
Yeah, but I thought that was going to be like the end of the show. There was still like a whole like 10 episodes of a different people, and I was like, and somebody told me it was bad, so I didn't finish it.
It's not as good as the L arc, but there's also some low points in L's whole storyline too.
I watched The Promised Neverland constantly waiting on a small child to die. I was convinced that the 3 lead characters were going to die, and they never did. And then I go into Death Note thinking Elle's going to make it to the end of the show, and they take him out like halfway through, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done with this. But I did finish it because, like I said, unless it's really long and I really hate it, I'm going to finish. I didn't finish Fairy Tail or Sword Art Online.
Good, you don't need to.
Good choices.
I was like, I could do better things with the next 3 years of my life than finish these shows.
Yeah. I'm feeling that right now with Hell's Paradise.
It's on my list. I had thought about watching it.
Maybe the manga is like insanely good, but this anime's been a little rough.
I've still got to catch up too with Dr. Stone. We are watching like an episode of that every 2 weeks.
I just started watching it.
I read through it recently.
It's not good.
The new,
if my friends weren't watching it, I would have stopped watching it already. It's
the
bad.
new one or the original season?
We're on season 1. We're like 8 episodes in.
You're watching it with your roommates?
Mm-hmm.
Do they like it?
They like it. I think it's bad.
I love Dr. Stone. 1,000,000,000% I love Dr. Stone.
He's annoying. His catchphrases are annoying. He's not even a character. He's a plot device, and that other guy is the main character. But he's also annoying. None of the characters are likable.
The first villain of that show is very likable.
Yeah, he's likable, and he's evil.
No.
he becomes more of the main character. The one thing that annoys me, the only thing that annoys me about Dr. Stone is that his name is not Dr. Stone. His name is Senku. And
it's
I
like a
want
throwaway line
Dr.
like in
Stone
episode
too much.
2.
Two times have they
it's
already said Dr. Stone when it has nothing to do with the show, but they had to put it in there.
Yeah, it's literally just throwaway. It's not anything to do with actually what's going on. And I'm like, they could have named this something better.
Dr. Stone's one of those manga where like the writer is such a good artist, but he just doesn't use it for good things.
Like
Senku's got really cool hair.
Like Junji Ito.
Junji Ito definitely uses his art to a pretty good capability, in my opinion.
He cannot write. His plot is so bad.
Yeah.
Is that the one that wrote like about the spiral and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the stupidest plot line ever, but he somehow makes it scary because he can draw good.
You read the Dazai one, right?
Yeah, and that's why like that was super good because he didn't write the story. He just drew it.
He needs a writer, and he needs to be the animator.
He needs a ghostwriter to just do the scary pictures for it, and it would be way better. Like, it's not bad. It's just the story compared to how good the art is like, not good.
One is the guy behind, like, One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100, who can't draw anything for his life, going to make a horror series with Junji Ito.
Yeah, they should collab.
It's so funny because his stories are so good, and then he's like Bob's Burgers. It looks like Bob's Burgers.
Oh, the original webcomics far worse than Bob's Burgers. It's insane.
I've noticed one thing that I've noticed in both One Piece and in Naruto, both of them have a character that reminds me of a me from the Me Plaza. Rock Lee, obviously, because of his eyes and everything. He looks like you just built him in the Me Plaza. And then this girl, I don't even know her name yet, that's in Thriller Bark that has all the pet zombies.
The pink-haired girl?
Yes, that has the little umbrella and stuff. She's adorable, and her eyes are like Me Plaza. They're like circles with little line eyelashes coming off of them, and I feel like I could build her in the Me Maker and make it look just like her.
People ship her with Zoro.
That's weird. Maybe I've not seen enough of her yet, but that seems really weird.
There's like a minor reason why someone could do that, but it's still not good.
Well, when I just left the last episode I was watching 5 minutes ago, and Frankie and Robin were standing there, the last two standing, ready to fight. I remember Christian ships them, and I'm like, look, they're a little couple. They're ready to go down fighting together. I ship Zoro with Tashigi.
Tashigi just needs like any development as a character.
She just looks like his little childhood friend, so I feel like that would be a cute little pairing. I ship, not really, but I ship Chopper and Robin because they were on Fox's crew together.
He's a child. She's like 20.
He drinks beer and stuff.
He's like 12 though. It's like a mother-son relationship.
He's just not as cognitively developed because he's a reindeer.
Also, I think that only happened. Like, it's really funny that they made like the worst arc twice as long in the anime.
I know.
It's terrible. Let's make it longer.
Because I think in the manga,
Foxy comes back like 3 times. Foxy doesn't come back in the manga at all.
Yeah, and Chopper and Robin don't get on his crew at all, right?
I think they do, but not at the same time. They're separate.
I love Chopper. Chopper hiding is still my favorite thing in the show. Because
they actually choose to have Chopper back in the manga instead of choosing the stupid horse that's never even on the Foxy's crew.
I remember thinking, like, what is
and
going
then
on?
They lose Robin.
I love Chopper in Ennie's Lobby, the monster point. It's so cool.
Oh, where he ate like 3 rumble balls?
Yeah, every time he does it, 3 time skip is insane.
Yeah, I'm a big Chopper fan. Eventually, I'm probably going to have a tattoo either of Chopper sitting on Zoro's shoulder, or I may just get a Chopper tattoo by itself and then get a tattoo of Zoro's wanted poster.
Christian, didn't you mention a Rosinante or Corazon tattoo at some point?
I do. I want some kind of One Piece tattoo, but I haven't decided exactly which one I want.
You were talking about maybe Law's thing too, right?
Probably Corazon instead, because Corazon is Law's like father figure.
I haven't seen Law yet, obviously, but when I saw the penguin dog that is Sanji, it was wearing a hat that looks like the hat in all those pictures of Law. You need a hat like that.
He wears an ugly hat.
He does. That's why you need it. It would be very obvious what it was. What else are y'all watching right now? Are you watching anything new?
I'm watching Hell's Paradise, which I know a lot of people really love it. They're big fans. I think it's bad.
How far in are you?
Like 9 of 13 episodes. And it's like, it's the type of anime that it's like, okay, Mappa's animating. That should be good, right? And then they'll be in a fight and they'll have like a 1-minute monologue to another person in the fight that's their ally while the enemy just stands there.
That's always like, every time that happens in any anime, I'm always like, they're monologuing. I get like an Incredibles flashback, and I'm like, and what did he start doing? Monologuing. I feel like that's a very Japanese thing. Like we're going to honor our enemy and we're not going to attack until they're ready. Like what, like, or when they're like fighting one-on-one and everybody's just standing there watching, I'm like, jump in and help your friends.
I like the ones where they explain it, like in Jujutsu Kaisen.
JJK season 2 coming out.
There's a new episode Thursday.
I'm so hyped for Shibuya.
I'm just going to say that when we were watching this last little bit and the girl that was supposed to be the vessel just gets shot in the head.
That was my favorite scene in the manga.
It's so good.
That was disturbing. I was sad about it.
It's like brutal, but it's like it really shows that Toji is just heartless.
There are stakes in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
I looked at Christian and I said, "Does she come back to life?" He said, "No." And I thought, "Oh no, they made us like her."
That's what they did with that kid in season 1 too.
Oh yeah, that was also really sad. I'm like, is he going to be able to save him? And you're like, no. It's so sad.
Oh, Junpei?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him so much too. He was such a cool character.
If you're sad about characters suffering, maybe you should drop JJK before the next arc starts.
I'm already invested. Hey, I've watched this far in Attack on Titan. I might as well.
Isn't that coming out soon too? The final part?
Yeah, once the
Right,
Mappa
like-
animators stop animating 17 other shows.
Like part 2 of the final season, part 4, part 5.
Yeah, Attack on Titan,
Something
this
like
final
that.
season. Or Attack on Titan season 4, the final season, part 2, episode 2.
I want to see what happens to Levi. That's the whole reason I'm watching.
Levi's not even like a main character.
But he's my favorite character. I have a Levi Ackerman throw blanket that I use when I'm watching TV because he's my
I
favorite.
think Levi gets too much hype for the amount of stuff he actually does.
When they first introduce him, he's amazing. And they like, every time they show him, he's doing something super crazy and he's like whooping everybody.
It's fan service for guys.
Then they
His
just-
OVA is kind of good with the Underground City. One of you
He's
watched
just
it?
fan service for like combat scenes.
Did you watch
I haven't seen the OVA.
That's a good OVA. I'd recommend it to all of you. It just shows his entire backstory. It's solid. It sucks that Kenny's just a cooler character, though.
Kenny was my favorite character.
Kenny's a menace. He's the Toji of that show.
I love Kenny so much.
But he's no Levi. My second favorite character, and this is odd because usually I don't really like female characters as much as I like male characters, but I love Mikasa. Mikasa Ackerman is...
It's because both of them are just no personality, kill people characters.
Yes, I love that. Give me more of those. I love those. I want somebody that's just like decisively tough and just if they go to kill you, you just know you're dead. Like they're gonna succeed. They will kill you.
Zeke is the best character.
I hope Connie survives.
I like
Connie has to survive. He's actually a good character.
Y'all just made me think of Connie's mom.
Yeah.
Or Connie's mom.
You know what I haven't been watching because the anime is bad, but the manga's been really good so far?
What?
Tokyo Ghoul.
I love Tokyo Ghoul.
I'm in right now, like 100 chapters, and it's fire. It's so good.
Christian stopped watching it on me. He got me started
I
on
like it.
and then he stopped watching it, and now I can't talk to him about it because I
watched
finished
season 1.
It's so good.
I've heard the show is way worse than the manga.
I think the show is good, and it's Ree that is bad.
Oh, okay.
I
The
liked
second
it.
season or whatever.
I liked it.
You know the I am a ghoul scene
Be more
where he's
specific.
being tortured and he like realizes, yeah, the way that that's done in the manga. I would recommend if you're a fan of Tokyo Ghoul's animated, look up that panel. It's a little brutal, it's a little gory, but it's just that entire arc is done so well. It just shows like how genuinely evil Jason is and how like Ken really snaps. It's so good. I don't want to spoil anything right now. The JJK manga is so good. This is just a recommendation to people once like this season 2 ends. I would recommend people go read the manga.
I want to read more, but it's like I have it on my phone and it's hard for me to see it because it's so small and everything's all black and white. I really wish I could get like my hands on the paper versions. But
Yeah.
it comes out so often that I would just constantly be buying
So much
volumes of
money.
manga.
The best bet might just be to open the Viz Manga website or the Shonen Jump website or whatever.
That's true. I try to do it on my phone, and my phone's just too small. I need to do it on the computer. So it's like Shonen Jump still actually a magazine that you can get in Japan.
I'm pretty
I
sure.
think so.
I just have to get my Japanese good enough that I can just read Shonen Jump and just subscribe.
But then you gotta spend more money to have it shipped international, right?
That's true.
Whereas $3 a month for 100 chapters per day is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And if you're all the way caught up, the new chapters are free, right? You only have to pay if you want to read back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else is good right now? Sakamoto Days is pretty good. I've been reading that
I
when
need
it
to
comes
read
out.
that.
I have not read that.
It's pretty solid. I'm a fan.
Is there an anime or is it just the manga?
I think it's getting one.
I think it's confirmed for one, yeah.
Woo woo. Oh, speaking of things that are confirmed, I know y'all have been watching all this stuff. Everything I've seen, you've probably already seen it, but I keep sending it to you, Christian, about the live action One Piece.
Oh, doesn't that come out in 2 days, 3 days?
I think it's this Thursday.
The last thing I watched was an interview with the guy who plays Luffy, and he went to meet Oda, and he was crying in the interview because Oda was like, I can't imagine anybody else playing this role, and I hope you play it for a long time. And dude is literally crying, and I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet.
Inaki seems like a great choice, the guy who's playing Luffy. All of the cast members seem fun. What I loved most is the actress for Nami. All of them are kind of into One Piece. She knows every trivia question on all the things, the interviews they'll do.
Yeah, I saw the one where they were having to do 50 questions out of the box, and they were like, who are the warlords and who are the emperors? And she knew every answer to every question.
Mm-hmm. Emily Rudd.
I think they picked a good Buggy actor.
Buggy looks psychotic in it.
I know. I'm glad. That's how he should look.
I'm just hoping they keep it PG because I watched this show with my 9-year-old, and I just hope that they keep the costumes and stuff. I don't want to see Frankie's booty. I don't.
You're not gonna see Frankie at all.
I don't want to see a half-naked Nami. I hope they keep it where it's family friendly.
The way that season 1's been looking, I doubt they would do super inappropriate costumes for Nami.
Yeah, so far it's looked really good.
I'm so excited that they cast a Bogard. Do you guys know who Bogard is, right?
Oh, the strongest character in One Piece?
The strongest character in One Piece, the swordsman, second in command to Garp.
What is that?
Does he even show up in One Piece?
Yeah, he's in one scene where he trains Kobe. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. I've seen Kobe being trained, but I didn't know who you were talking about.
He's the guy who at some point when Kobe's up on the deck of on the wall of the ship, and he has the two guns out. He's the guy with the sword that cuts them into 1,000 pieces. He's got a fedora. I love Bogard.
I can't believe how different Kobe looked in.
I know, it was insane.
And I'm just gonna say I'm so glad because I couldn't take Kobe. I couldn't take him, and he's way better now. He's still a little bit of a narc, but he's we have to be enemies. I'm like, no, you don't. Quit being a narc, Kobe.
I wonder how much screen time Shanks is gonna get in this one.
I feel like he's just gonna get the backstory episode.
He's already got 100% more screen time than Gone Freak's dad got.
Now in Hunter x Hunter, Jing Freaks is one of the main characters in the arc that's in the manga right now.
And how is that? Isn't he just garbage? Why do we want to?
No, he's cool. I like him. He's probably my second favorite character.
Because he's not your dad. You'd think differently then.
And Gon and Killua aren't in the manga right now at all.
That's why I'm not reading it.
Leorio and Kurapika and Jing Freaks and Periston that everybody hates. The rat guy.
Leorio is hanging out with the guy that he punched in the face for being a terrible father.
Well, they're on the same boat, and it's going back and forth between Periston and Jing and Kurapika and Leorio, but they're not interacting with each other.
Do they know they're on the same boat?
I don't know. I need to reread and catch up now that he has been writing a little bit more.
No, then it's not here's 2 chapters. See you in a year.
That's what he did.
I know.
But maybe he'll do more because that's the first thing since 2018.
I have a very important question since I've been saying it since the first episode I was on. Have you read Ajin, the best manga to ever?
I read a little more of it kind of recently.
I have not.
But not much more of it.
And I haven't read the
That's
first
good.
7 Kaijus either.
I haven't read
Kaiju number 8 is getting an anime like next year.
I read like 3 volumes of Kaiju number 8, and I was like, this is a worse Attack on Titan.
It gets better. You have to wait for it to get past the awkward stage where it feels like a copy of something else.
You were just
Everything
like one
has
of those
that.
PSAs that's like, it gets better.
Everything needs a little bit of time to come into its own.
Recent Chainsaw Man chapters have been interesting. I'm not going to say anything like specific about it. It's been interesting.
I'm going to binge watch those 15 Bleach episodes I have left. Then I'm going to catch up on Chainsaw Man.
I never caught up on Chainsaw Man's anime. I thought it was a lot worse than the manga, honestly.
I liked the anime better.
I like the music also.
I'm kind of getting sick of like Mappa's animation style and everything. In JJK, it's fine because that was like one of the first big ones I watched with them, and then Attack on Titan. Like I'm watching Hell's Paradise, and I'm like, I was watching Chainsaw Man, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like the manga's art style at all. And I kind of miss when a lot of animes would try to like replicate that art style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen has some of the prettiest openings.
The new one's pretty good. The first 5 episodes, the hidden inventory.
I'm
arc.
excited for the next one.
It is Shibuya getting its own one.
I was going to say it might be the same song, but like different animation. But it's probably just going to be a new one. Because I doubt they would use the one that's just Geto and Gojo jumping around for the Shibuya arc.
In Duolingo, we talk a lot about Shibuya Station. I know nothing about it except that it's big and lively, thanks to Duolingo.
It's Bungo Stray Dogs, where they have like the first 5 episodes of each season is like a flashback arc, and they'll have an opening for that one, and then they'll do the same opening song but change the animation to be the modern day art.
I watched the first episode of Bungo Stray Dogs like 2 days ago.
It's so good. Well, the first episode is not that good.
I was watching it with one of my roommate's friends, and I was told it's about gang warfare, and then I saw a person turn into like a cheetah, and I'm a little confused.
Like, wait, huh?
Bungo Stray Dogs might be my 3rd favorite anime.
Weird.
Up there with One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Bungo Stray Dogs.
I know they name characters after like Daza and Murakami.
Dazai is
my favorite authors, right?
All anime. My favorite anime character of all time is Dazai.
So what I have on my future list is Hell's Paradise, which now I'm rethinking. Dorohedoro, and even though it goes against everything within me, just because Christian has suggested it, and so far, with the exception of the first season of JoJo, he's not steered me wrong, is Angel Beats.
Angel Beats is good, and it's short. It's 12 episodes. Maybe like 16 or 24. I don't know.
That's just the name of it. It just sounds like a K-pop.
I will say I watched it in like freshman year of high school, so it might not be good, but I liked it when I watched it.
Do you know what Wit's working on right now?
What are they working on?
You know, remember Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
They're doing an isekai with them.
What?
Yeah.
That's Christian's favorite genre is isekai.
No, I hate isekai.
I can't wait till we get to the episode that explains the Adventurers Guild. That's never happened in an isekai before. Do you use like My Anime List to keep track of like stuff you watch?
I don't.
I'd recommend it.
Don't get her using My Anime List.
I think you should use it. Christian, you probably have one, right?
I have one, but I don't use it.
I don't like use it to like seriously get analytical with like reviewing anime, but I use it to keep track of it because
is the number one anime of all time still Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?
It's probably some horrendous show nowadays.
So do people like they can like rank anime on there?
Yeah, you can. I do it, but that's just because I click the button.
When you put in that you've watched it, you can rank how you liked it. Let's see, top anime of all time on My Anime List.
It's Attack on Titan.
Nope, it's still Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Stay on top.
I mean, it's a good one.
Oh, that's by popularity. Okay. It has 1,000 Year Blood War at 3. I don't know if this is a serious
Steins
list.
Gate is number 2.
I do love Steins Gate.
Actually, yeah, if Steins Gate's at number 2, this is not a good list.
What? Steins Gate's great.
Hunter x Hunter's only number 8. It should be higher.
Okay, question of the day. What is the One Piece? Christian, what's the One Piece?
I don't know. It's going to be something stupid. It's not going to be treasure. It's not going to be an ancient weapon.
It's not going to be the friendships you make along the way.
They already said that all of the history of or is that just from the poneglyphs? That like you find out all of the history of the Void Century?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's probably something dumb that only Luffy would care about.
What do you think, Julian? What is the One Piece?
It's gonna be something. It will be something horrendous. It'll be something that was not worth the 25 years, 30 years of build up. I'm certain of that.
Oh, sure.
I'm hoping it's got to be funny though. I want there to be like a lot of One Piece fans that are intensely upset that it's not something worthwhile, but that it'll be funny to me.
That was my favorite theory. That reminds me of my favorite theory. They said that, I don't think you got to this part, but it's not that big of a spoiler. When Roger got to the last island on the Grand Line, he laughed and laughed and laughed. And so I think the secret is that in order to unlock all of the joys of the Grand Line in the New World, you have to have Buggy the Clown with you at the final island Raftel, and he didn't take Buggy with him there. I read this online somewhere, and everyone knows that the only person stupid enough to take Buggy, that's why they all laughed, because nobody is stupid enough to take Buggy there, but Luffy is the only person that would be stupid enough to take Buggy with him, because Buggy's going to join the crew.
I have two theories that have no basis in anything. They're just what I would like. Number one would be the One Piece that makes you King of the Pirates is an outfit. This is the King of the Pirates outfit. And it's got an afro wig and a crown and the whole deal. And you have it.
Afro Luffy Part 2.
And that makes you the King of the Pirates. Two, I'm going to guess that there's something, it gives you the power of all the devil fruit.
What?
There's like something that if you like eat it or drink it or something, you get the power of every devil fruit. And then we're going to find out that Goldie Roger, actually his soul came back into his body because he had the power of the revive fruit, and he's not actually dead.
He's the final villain. I have a theory actually. So since Roger does laugh when he sees it, I hope it's a Sea King that's like eating like an all-powerful devil fruit and can't move, and it's just sitting at the bottom of the ocean.
There is a fishman that eats a devil fruit and just gets stuck until one of his crew members has to go get him.
I know what I hope the One Piece is actually. I hope it's all of Shanks and Dragon's screen time that we got robbed of.
It would be super meta. It would be like this meta moment where they open a treasure chest and there's like these clips. And they're like, oh, what is
the
this?
Lost episode?
And far more important than those two, but also all of Bogart's screen time.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to follow Anime Fanjutsu on Instagram. We are at Anime Fanjutsu.